Good day, everybody. This is Lewie. There's a couple things I want to cover with you. First thing I want to talk about is the Democratic debate that happened. It's the last one before the Iowa primary. And quite frankly, it was a complete sham, in my opinion. I'll tell you why. It had poor economics involved and Trump bashing. Every one of those individuals that were standing up on that stage proclaimed their hatred for Trump, wanted to beat Trump, claimed he was the worst president we've ever had. Hell, 2 or 3 of them even claimed that Trump's economics aren't working. The problem is, instead of bashing our president, why didn't they just come up with actual ideas to make things better that will work? The ideas they had started out with taxing the upper 1% more than what they're already being taxed. Okay, well, face value, that's a great idea. I love that idea. However, when you put a little thought into it, when you charge someone who owns a business more for them to conduct business, what do? Well, they pass that higher cost onto the consumer. So, if you tax, say, Bill Gates, he's the most famous rich man I know, at least. So you tax Bill Gates, multi-billionaire, more for the income he's making from Microsoft. Wouldn't it make sense that as long as he has a hand in Microsoft, he's going to charge more for his products, his goods and services? Think about that for a minute. Why would he want to give up his billions of dollars to the government without making some of that back, if not all of it? Okay? They want to charge, say, I think one of the quotes was 80%. 80% wealth tax. 80% of $1 billion is $800 million. All right, so if you have $1 billion, you can charge $800 million, leaving you with $200 million. Yeah, you're still sitting good, but $200 million, a whole lot less than $1 billion. All right, so if you don't make that up, that 800, how are you going to make up that $800 million? Well, you got to charge more, okay? Because you want to remain at $1 billion. So you're going to figure out, okay, in order to make up this $800 million, I have to charge this. All right? But guess what? Now he's charging us more for that $800 million. So essentially, we're paying the wealth tax. It's a simple deal. Really, it is. Anybody that doesn't see it has an IQ lower than that of a rock. Okay? Now, especially now that I've explained it. See, man, and when I say man, I mean men and women, have this natural instinct. It's called greed. And the reason we have it is because we want everything we can get for our survival and the survival of our bloodline. When you've got a group of people taking what you have, you want to make that up. Especially, you want to do something about it. And if they legally can take it, then you're going to find some way to make up what they've taken. So you're going to take it from everybody else. And you're going to find a legal way to do it, which means you're going to charge more for your goods and services. And you're going to continue doing that. The more they take, the more you're going to charge. It's a never-ending battle. It's a complete circle. It goes round and round and round. The only ones that they could raise the taxes on without it affecting the average person are your lottery winners. And then only the lottery winners that didn't invest their money into businesses that will bring them more wealth. Okay? So how is taxing the wealthy better. Like I said, it looks great, face value. But the problem is the money gets passed down to us and we end up paying more, and it hurts us. Okay? I've always been for the flat tax. Everybody pays the same amount regardless of what or where your income is. Okay, that's just me though. I've always been for that, and I think that's the only fair way to do it. However, not many people agree with me. A lot do, but not anybody in position to fix it. The other thing, Nancy Pelosi decided to hand the articles of impeachment over to the Senate. There's a few things I got to say about this. One, it's supposed to be a somber occasion, and yet she's handing out pens like they're Christmas gifts, taking photos like it was the best thing in the world, smiling, laughing, carrying on. They were all having a good time. Every Dem that was in the president was having a good time. How's that for a somber occasion? How does something go from a somber occasion to a celebration? All right, that goes to show right there that this was their goal from the start. It's proof enough for me. I mean, if they can use hearsay as proof, then that's proof enough for me. Now, the other thing, I want you to imagine you're a business owner, or you're in charge of a business. The success of the business greatly affects your income. Your business is not doing so well. You've got 2 employees. One that's not really that great of an employee, always late, has a lot of sick days, doesn't do a lot of work when they are there. And you got a good employee, okay? Doesn't have as many sick days, always on time when he's going to come to work, and he busts his butt every time he's there. And when I say he, I also mean she, so don't get offended. Who are you going to get rid of? Now, I know some of you are going to say, I'm going to get rid of the most senior individual. Okay, well, that's all fine and dandy, except for one minor little detail. We're not talking about seniority. We're talking about your business survival. All right, so we're talking about your business survival. So if you were asking me, I'd tell you I'd get rid of the worst employee, the lousy one. Why? Because I want my business to survive. I want it to succeed. And you can't survive or succeed with bad employees. So that's simple. So why in the world would they get rid of a president who is an employee of this country, who's doing such a fantastic job? I mean, he's holding to his promises. He's held more promises in this first 4 years than any president I can think of that did in 8 years. In fact, I can't think of one president, even when we had a time when there was no 2 terms for the president, back when one of the Roosevelts was in, they didn't have a limit of 2 terms. He went 4 or 5 terms. Okay, and even he didn't keep all the promises that he made. He didn't keep any promises in comparison to what Trump's done in 4 years. So that tells me we've got a good employee. So why try and fire him? Because of him, our country is surviving and succeeding. And we're all vested in it. We pay taxes, so we're vested in it. So we want to see our country succeed. So why would you get rid of somebody who's doing such a good job? I'll tell you why. You can't control the man. They cannot control him. They have ideas. Some are very harmful ideas. All right? The ideas they have that he thinks are good, he takes. But the ideas they have that he don't think are so good, he's not taking. And they don't like that. They don't like it. They can't control him. And because they can't control him, they want to get rid of him. They call him a bully. He's not a bully. He's an alpha male. There is a difference. They say he's the worst president. He's a warmonger. But yet they're the ones that wanted to go into Iraq. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against the Iraqi war. I'm against the lives we've lost. I'd like to have seen it done in a manner where we lost fewer lives and we were not in there for so long. But what can I say? That's just my opinion. The fact of the matter is this. Getting rid of the president, putting somebody else in there, it's not a good idea. Yes, I think Mike Pence would be a great president, but they've already started trying to do articles of impeachment on him if they succeed with Trump, okay? It's that simple. They want to get Nancy Pelosi in the presidency, and no. Not happening. All right, we'll talk to you later. Have a good day.